Hey folks, it's been a while since I've been to a board game convention, and we're getting ready to head out to Indianapolis for Gen Con 2024, which Gen Con is the biggest board game convention in the United States, so I'm pretty excited about that. So far, I've been to three board game conventions. I've been to Origins out in Columbus, Ohio twice, and PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia once. Two of those conventions, the first Origins and PAX, were both sort of just the post-COVID era, so everybody had to wear masks, and so that part of it wasn't as fun as I had hoped it would be. Just wearing a mask all day, I never could get used to that, and I think the numbers were down a bit because of COVID and things. So I've always been a little bit apprehensive about going to Gen Con because it's so huge, and I'm not a giant fan of crowds. It's one of the reasons I've never been to Disney World, and I really have no interest in going to Disney World, or just not into amusement parks that much, because I don't like standing in lines and I don't like big crowds. So that part of this is going to be a little bit challenging, but my son Levi and I had a really unique opportunity presented to us. We are going to be working for a board game publisher out at Gen Con in Indianapolis. We're going to be at booth 2004, Kids Table Board Games and Burnt Island Games. We're going to be helping them out at running their booth. I don't know, crowd control, probably doing some demos for them. They do some really cool games like Maki Master and Creature Comforts. They've got a new game coming out called Cafe Barris, which is like capybaras running a coffee shop, which looks really cool. We're really excited to get to meet these folks and work with them for a few days. Again, a little apprehensive just about the size of the whole thing, but as part of working out there, we'll have exhibitor passes, so we'll be able to get into the hall a little bit early, which is nice, and not have to get caught up in the huge rush getting into the exhibitor hall every day. Levi and I are going to be working the morning shift every day from about 9:30 in the morning until 2 p.m. We'll be working the booth, and then we have the rest of the con to do whatever we want. So I'm trying not to plan ahead too much and to schedule too much, because frankly, the whole event thing out there, they have like 20,000 events going on at the same time, different games and demos and panels, and it's in multiple buildings. So I kind of feel like I just want to go and see what it is and get a feel for it, and not overcommit or try to be too ambitious in what we do this year. We got a hotel about a half an hour outside of town just because it's way cheaper and easier to get. And we were able to use an app called ParkWiz to get a parking space for the 4 days for like $60 for all 4 days. So that's good. We got about a 20 to 30 minute walk from the parking to the convention center and stuff every day. So I've always heard it's going to be a ton of walking, and I think for us it's going to be even more because we're going to be walking back and forth to our car. But I figured that'd be easier. At least, if we're super tired at the end of our shift, we could always head back to the car, go take a nap at the hotel for a couple hours, and then come back after dinner and enjoy a little bit of the nightlife at Gen Con. They have stuff going 24 hours a day. So I just feel like it's going to be a lot to take in, and I don't want to overdo it to begin with. So a couple of the things that I'm really looking forward to. One, the exhibit hall, obviously. There's a ton of new games that are introduced and that come out at Gen Con every year. I'm not necessarily looking to buy any particular game. These days, I'm much more selective in terms of buying games and adding them to my collection, because I know what I like, and I kind of wait until I find something that I really like. I like going to these conventions because you can play a game and see if you like it before you buy it. That's one of my favorite things about the conventions. One of the things I'm looking forward to is they're supposed to have like a room or convention space that's a consignment hall where you can pick up sort of like a flea market of old games. And I'd really like to try to find Operation Overlord expansion for Memoir 44 there, or any other expansions I could get my hands on. But I'm looking forward to walking through that and seeing what we can find. And the other thing that I'm really looking forward to is in Lucas Oil Stadium, which is where the Indianapolis Colts play. They have a giant play area set up on the field of Lucas Oil Stadium. So this thing is huge. I think last year they said it was like 80,000 attendees. So I've watched a whole bunch of videos of different YouTube creators that posted last year about their experiences, and then also a whole bunch of Gen Con previews and tips that people had on, what to do and how to plan ahead and things like that. But one of the things I'd really love to be able to do with Levi is to just grab a game and play some games down on the field at Lucas Oil Stadium where the Colts play. I just think that'd be a really cool thing. So the other thing is the AAA baseball, Indianapolis Indians, their stadium is right down the street too, and they're in town this weekend. So I'm thinking one of the nights, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Levi and I may head over and catch a ball game while we're in town. So not planning a ton of stuff in terms of, be here at a certain day and a certain time or whatever. I'm going to leave it more open just because I'm not sure how demanding this work schedule is going to be, working at the booth, and how much that's going to take out of us. And also, again, not ever doing this one before. My understanding is this is like 5 times as big as Origins or PAX. It's like huge. So I just want to kind of get a lay of the land first and then see how things go. So we'll be heading out to Indianapolis on Wednesday and then working the booth Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I got a feeling we're going to be pretty tuckered out by the time the whole thing's done. But super excited about it. Really looking forward to just getting a feel. I may never want to go back again, or I may think it's the coolest thing in the world. But just kind of looking forward to getting back into convention mode because I haven't been to one in a year or two. Excited to see what it's all about. So if you happen to follow Sidetracks on YouTube and you recognize me and Levi, we might have our Sidetrack shirts on part of the time while we're there. Or you could stop over at the Kids Table board game booth and say hi to us. We'll be there, and we'd love to play a game with you. So check back here on YouTube, and we'll do a post video and kind of give you a rundown of how our trip went. But really looking forward to Gen Con 2024. See ya.